So as far as factoring, there are 3 types of problems. So number 3 is the first type. It's called the difference of 2 squares. So on your formula chart, it's your second formula. You have a squared minus b squared equals a minus b times a plus b. So the opposite of squaring something is square root. So we're going to take the square root of both sides, and it has to be a minus. So the square root of 25 is 5. The square root of 9 is 3. So you end up with, and the square root of x squared, of course, is just x. So 5x plus 3 and 5x minus 3, or vice versa. It can be minus and plus and minus. Let's see. Then the second type, when there's not a coefficient in front of the first variable. So what you're looking for is what multiplies to equal c, which is this one, because you have ax squared plus bx plus c, and then what adds or combines to equal your middle term. So your factors of 32, and if you can't think of them, go to y equals, put the number divided by x, and it'll show you all your factors. So 32, 4 times 8 equals 32, and 4 plus 8 adds to equal 12. And so this is going to be q plus 4 and q plus 8, or vice versa. Doesn't matter what order you put it in. So then these two are the next type. So and then you should have an easy one, which is probably going to be number 8. So number 8, notice that we have m to the 4th, and m squared and m third. So we can take out 2 m's, and when it says factor completely, that means we're going to take the greatest common factor out, and then after that, then we're going to factor. So we're going to see if everything is divisible by -8. So I know 40 is, so 288 divided by 8 is 36, so yay. So -8m squared. So we're literally taking each term and dividing it by -8m squared.
Is it the ones like the
And
milky ones?
And then that goes inside the parentheses. So -8 is m. So when you divide, you subtract. So 4 minus 2 is m. So m squared minus 5m, and 288 divided by 8 is 36. So -36. Now we're back to the regular factoring. So what multiplies to equal this and combines or adds to equal that. So to be able to multiply to get a negative number, one has to be positive and one has to be negative. And then when one's positive and one's negative, you're going to subtract to give you 5. So that is going to be 4 times 9 is 36. And again, if you don't know your factors or can't see it, then you do 36, not the negative, just 36 divided by x. So m minus 9 and m plus 4, because -9 plus 4 gives you -5. And these two multiply gives you -36. And don't forget to put the 8m squared, what you factored out, in front. And yeah, time for another one. So the other type, so number 1, you're just going to take out the greatest common factor like we did on number 8. number 4, 7, 3 times 7 is 21. So 7 doesn't go into 24. So when you can't get rid of the first number, you have to take the first and last and you multiply. So 7 times 24. And that is 168. And so here's an example. I don't know what two numbers multiply to give you 168. I'm good. And then what adds to give you 59. So I'm gonna go to y equals, and I'm gonna do 168 divided by x, and that will give you your factors. And so for everybody, you are, look at your factors and you're trying to get it to add to 59. So, and look, 3 plus 56 is 59. So that's the two numbers that we're looking for, 3 and 56. And so then you take the 3 and 56, you take the 7 and you divide by it. And so 7 of course doesn't go into 3 and it's not reducible. So that number goes out front. So it's going to be 7D plus 3. And 56 divided by 7 is 8. Yes. And so that is D plus 8. So if I put this in Y1 and this in Y2 with the parentheses, the table should match. If it doesn't, you've done something wrong. And also a quick 7 times 1 is 7 and 3 times 8 is 24. It's a quick check.